What if I told you that the greatest danger you will ever face in life isn't failure, heartbreak, or rejection, but knowing yourself too deeply? What if I told you that peeling back the layers of your own mind, your own soul, could sometimes feel less like liberation and more like standing on the edge of a cliff, staring into an abyss that stares right back? We're told from childhood that self-discovery is the ultimate key to happiness, that if we just dig deep enough, meditate long enough, reflect hard enough, we will uncover clarity, peace, and purpose. And yet, no one talks about the risks. No one tells you that the deeper you dig, the darker it can get. Sometimes self-knowledge feels like opening a door you can never close again. Once you know certain truths about who you are, about what drives you, about the hidden shadows in your desires, you cannot unknow them. And that knowledge can haunt you. When you see your insecurities not just as flaws but as deeply rooted patterns, when you uncover wounds you didn't even know you carried, the mirror becomes heavier to face. You realize that much of what you thought was you was only a mask you wore to survive. And suddenly, the ground beneath your identity shakes. Self-knowledge can strip you naked in front of yourself. And not everyone is ready for that kind of rawness. There is a loneliness in self-awareness too. The deeper you go, the harder it becomes to explain your inner world to others. Friends may not understand why you've changed. Why the things that used to make you laugh now make you pause and think. You may feel disconnected, not because you don't care, but because you've touched parts of yourself that others refuse to look at in themselves. And so, the more you know yourself, the more misunderstood you risk becoming. There's also the danger of obsession. When you dive into self-analysis too deeply, you can drown in your own thoughts. You can start questioning everything, dissecting every action, every motive, until nothing feels pure anymore. Life itself starts feeling like an endless puzzle. And instead of living, you're analyzing, overthinking, spiraling. Sometimes, too much self-knowledge turns joy into calculation, spontaneity into suspicion, freedom into chains. But perhaps the most terrifying risk is that you might discover parts of yourself you don't like: the anger, the envy, the selfishness, the darker impulses you wish didn't exist. It takes courage not only to see those shadows, but to accept that they belong to you. Too many people run from themselves, hiding behind distractions, because they're afraid that if they go too deep, they'll find a monster staring back. So yes, self-knowledge is powerful, but like fire, it can warm you or burn you. The truth is, knowing yourself too deeply is not for the faint of heart. It will break illusions. It will strip away comforts. It will force you to rebuild who you are from the inside out. And yet, even with all its risks, maybe that's the only way to live honestly. Because in the end, the scariest thing isn't going too deep, it's never daring to go deep enough. Do you want me to also shape this speech into a script with pauses, emphasis, and stage delivery style so it sounds viral and gripping in video, audio format?